We got Archbishop Jeffrey, resident and expertise in the Illuminati practices, and
Greetings.
I call it
Greetings.
conspiracy. He says it's not, but you know how we rock.
No conspiracies, all truth.
All truth. So let's get into some topics, man. We got to get to some stuff. Let's talk about this Drake and Bobby Altoff. I don't know how to say the name correctly.
Correct.
Talk about this thing, and people are asking if or saying she's an industry plant, and are y'all manufacturing this beef?
The beef isn't manufactured. The Drake is my nephew. We're fellow Jewish people. And, I placed Drake at the top simply because he's Jewish. And Bobby Altoff is signed to my entertainment agency along with Drake. So, yes, we industry planted her. Like you guys like to say, we don't consider things as industry plants. She's part of our lineage. She's part of our bloodline. So she earned her rightful seat at the top of this podcast, of the podcasting throne. Don't you guys work so hard to build a legacy and build a platform so your kids and your descendants don't have to go through the same amount of work that you had to go through? That's why we work so hard. That's why we control everything so our kids and our descendants don't have to work as hard or build as much as we do. And that's what we did for Bobby Altoff. She signed to our entertainment company. Drake is also signed to the entertainment company. And that's how we paired both of them together. So in your guys' terms, she may be an industry plant, quote unquote, but no, sir, indeed, she's not. It's Semitism. It's nepotism. Pardon me, nepotism.
Yeah, they be calling out some of your vocabulary. I know you got to be precise. Meek Mill, he's calling you guys out.
Correct.
What you think about that?
Meek Mill, we've been controlling him for a long time, and he's propagated as much as we like. We go through this so many times with so many artists. We give them everything. We give them millions of dollars. We let them become rich. We do a lot of things for them, and then they turn their backs on us. And Meek Mill, for him doing that, we're considering placing him in prison again. He gets a little bit too fly at the mouth. He talks a little bit too much for us. He wants to now be a spokesman for or advocate for disadvantaged youths, and we don't appreciate that. We would like him to continue pushing negativity into the frequencies of the mind of the children. So continuing his career is going to be extremely difficult, and yeah, we'll be hemming him up within the law pretty soon, just to kind of get him out of the way.
Did he say that because y'all made him bunny hop?
We didn't make him bunny hop. He just wanted to bunny hop. That's he's done a lot more things than that behind closed doors. So
Okay. Next topic. Let's talk about I Show Speed. They're calling him I Show Meat. And did y'all tell him to I Show Meat? Or how did that all come to play? Was that his doings that you told him to do something?
So a lot of things happen behind closed doors that you guys don't know about. So Adin Ross, we were beginning to propel Adin Ross is our front boy to initiate people into our elite territory. These people don't get into the elite territory, but they get elite money and they get into our doors of becoming a staple or a foundation for a lot of the things that we propagate. So we send Adin Ross at people to sort of recruit people for the what you guys like to call the Illuminati, but it's a table. It's a table that a lot of you guys can't sit at, you can't comprehend. So Adin Ross working with us to recruit Bruce Drop 'em off, and we just recently collected Your Rage. We've collected XQC.
Dang, y'all got Your Rage?
Yes, sir. We just got him. We're planning to get Foozy Tube as well.
Foozy Tube's calling you guys out.
Yes, sir. And and Adin Ross is our Jewish front boy. He recruits everyone, and Kaisenat and IShowSpeed, we gave them a deal. We offered them a deal, and they declined that deal. So with that being said, we gave Kaisenat a charge, a criminal charge that could potentially land him in prison, and it could destroy his image. He could lose endorsement deals. He could get banned from Twitch, and him and Kaisenat, him and IShowSpeed decided to decline our deals that we offered them. See, the deals aren't about money. The deal is about power. The deal is about being able to control the narrative and control these people and control what they propagate
and where they're streamed on.
And we don't care where they stream, just as long as they stream with us.
So y'all don't own Kick?
We own everything.
Kick's acting gangster.
So we kick people out the closet. So what we want from IShowSpeed and Kaisenat is for them to come to Kick. They declined our deal, so we injected IShowSpeed with a specimen that made him very sick and made him almost die, because he stopped pushing our LGBTQ homosexually agenda for a little bit too long, and he started acting a lot regular and not staying with that agenda. So what we did was we injected him with a specimen that made him really sick, that almost killed him, and it went directly to his brain and hurt his eyesight. And after that, while he was in the hospital, we went and spoke to him, and we told him, when you're back, you're going to start pushing our agenda onto the children, or we will unalive you. And what he did on that stream was that's sort of his casting call of
humiliation ritual.
Yes, it's his humiliation ritual, his casting call of come and get me, I'm ready. And now he will eventually accept our Kick deal, and they have to go through our Jewish front boy, Adin Ross, who we've given stake in our company, and remind you, Kick is owned by Stake, the gambling site.
I didn't know that.
And that site is funded by all the degenerate things you can think of, whether it's pedophilia, human trafficking, drug trade, all of the negative things you can think of to make money, body fluids, blood trade, body part trade. We fund this with this money. So once we're able to get all of these different influencers and major influencers under our wing, we now control their minds, because I will give you a secret. Where your money comes from is very energy based. So if your money comes from murder, you will receive murderous energy from you. You will receive those thoughts. You will receive those frequencies. If your money comes from human trafficking, or your money is anywhere intermixed with, I'll say this, it's very important to understand where your money has come from, because if you accept certain money, you will inherit the energy that comes from that money. And so when we get all of these people under our spell and under our money, we control their minds because they inherit the energy in which the practices that we like. So we don't have to control them or tell them to do anything. When they accept our money, they accept everything that comes with that money because the energy is attached to the money.
And they don't even know it.
So that's how we control them. That's how we brainwash celebrities, because a lot of the money that we pay all the celebrities, the energy behind the money captivates them and makes them accept everything that we practice in our private dorms and on Epstein Island.
And boom boom rooms.
Correct.
You heard it here first. Okay, next topic. Let's do this one. There's people running with this type of narrative on social media, especially TikTok. Sexyy Red, they made her look like Young Thug, and ChrisJay, Jackin, your artist, even said that. Does she look like Young Thug? Did y'all try to make her look like Young Thug?
So eventually, we're working with ChrisJay, Jackin to make babies with Sexyy Red, but he keeps declining. I don't know why, but ChrisJay, Jackin is hard to operate with because he's not a homosexual yet. So, Sexyy Red is actually Young Thug, and that is the reason why Drake loves Sexyy Red, because Sexyy Red is actually a female clone of Young Thug we created. So all the times that you see Sexyy Red say, or excuse me, pardon me, all the times that you hear Drake say free slime, free slat, he's referring to Young Thug, and he loves Sexyy Red because Sexyy Red looks extremely like Young Thug. So that's why that's her new boyfriend, and that's why he took her on tour, so he could sleep with her and fantasize about Young Thug. That's a secret you guys don't really know about Drake. So
you heard it here first. Sexyy Red is a clone of Young Thug. Dang, that's wild. Okay. All right, next topic. So Boosie and Kodak, are y'all sending and making this? Are y'all keep sending them at each other to keep this beef going on? Because Boosie recently sent the diss to Kodak saying, going in on him on the Ungrateful record. Did y'all tell him to do that? As he's going through a loss, trying to sue Young Blue for $10 million at the same time.
So as far as Little Boosie, he's one of our puppets. He helped us set up King Von. He helped us set up Takeoff. He helped us set up the jeweler with the mob ties. All of these things are alleged, by the way.
I heard a lot of that jeweler talk.
He helped us set a lot of these people up. So a lot of these people, he helps us keep them at a low frequency so we can line them up successfully and keep them at a low frequency so they can, you guys like to say, crash out. So Kodak Black, he's trying to escape our grasps, and that's a lot of the things that you guys are seeing, that you guys believe he's going crazy. We're trying to capture Kodak in his sleep. So we have certain practices that we do and certain things that we put in the drugs that we provide to these, and when they sleep, we can capture them in their sleep and essentially prevent them from waking up. So what you guys are seeing is Kodak Black is his heart is not to sleep because he knows we're coming after him, because we have that power.
You're onto something there, because he did go to sleep during an Instagram or a live stream somewhere that he was on, and he was asleep.
Correct. And Boosie helps us to, when we get ready to discard of Kodak Black and his clone, it will look more understandable, as in, oh, he's involved in a lot of street beefs, and and a lot of turmoil in his life. He has a lot to deal with. So when we pass him away, it will look explanatory. It would make a lot more sense.
Oh yeah, I get that. Y'all making that narrative, so it's like it's more under the radar. Correct. I had to ask you that. All right, this is one of the last ones. Well, this is the last one we're going to talk about. Or no, one of the last ones, because we got another one we'll end with. Tory Lanez, 10 years. Was this a way that you're going to try to set him down, drop him down some levels, so when he does get out, he acts good and doesn't try to out you guys? Like, what's up? What did y'all do about this Tory Lanez 10 years? Because it really seems, I would say, what's the word? It's like overbearing almost, in a sense, like, overreacting.
So we were actually very lenient on Tory Lanez because he didn't go too far. We just wanted to give him a slap on the wrist. So 10 years was a slap on the wrist. Megan Thee Stallion, we work with her very closely, and she made her first sacrifice with her mother in 2019. And we took her to the next level there. And, we wanted her to reach new levels in her career, but she needed another sacrifice. She needed to give another individual up. And Tory Lanez was perfect because it was two birds in one stone. We had her create a soul tie with him, go and sleep with him and fornicate with him, create a soul tie with him so we could, when you sleep with someone, you give them a piece of your soul. So her fornicating with Tory Lanez gave him a piece of her soul. So her sacrificing him and ending his career was equivalent to her giving up a piece of her soul. So our plans is to, now that Tory Lanez is in prison, one of the most dangerous prison systems in America, LA County Jail, we will do some heinous things to him in prison. We're considering potentially cloning him, unaliving him.
So he was a sacrifice for Megan to get to the next level,
to get to another level. See, before we had Megan Thee Stallion as a rapper level. Now we're going to take her to a megastar level. We're going to get her off of this sacrifice, and her giving a piece of her soul up by sleeping with Tory Lanez is we're going to get her songs with the biggest stars, the Bad Bunnies, the Taylor Swifts, the Adeles, so this was her sacrifice to reach an even higher level than before. And her mother was the first sacrifice. So we want to applaud Megan Thee Stallion for her courage and her ability to withstand the outpour and the outcry of the people, of acknowledging what we've done to Tory Lanez. And we want to thank Tory Lanez for all he's done for us as well. He's worked with us for a long time, and he wanted out too soon, and you only leave by butt blood. So
that's hilarious. All right. Next topic. This is the last one. So Lil Tay, it looks like from her, well, it was from her IG account, they're kind of saying about her father is retroactive child support owed by the father since 2014, amount of approximately $275K. So are you guys making it seem like the father did this because he didn't want to pay that child support, and then, you know what I'm saying, y'all are, at the same time doing the new rollout, so it's a kill of two birds in one stone, or what's up with this? Because it's looking a little weird.
So as far as Lil Tay, our plans are to, her parents are going to create an OF for her pretty soon. OF. If you're familiar with that, it's a site we have for content creators, sex workers. We will be creating a OF for her. So what that statement was stating is her mother has permission to, her father, fathers have a lot of love for their daughters, and they're very sensitive for their daughters and how they carry themselves with their men, and how they present themselves to the public. And fathers have that soft spot for their daughters as far as sexuality and how they operate with men. And and the mothers usually have less heart for their daughters than the man does. So what we did was, this was an operation where we had to cut the father out and just speak to the mother. The mother is going to, in other words, pimp her daughter out and create her OF. We needed to make this as legal as possible, so her mother can sign off for her to sign off contracts for her to deal with older men
and ghettophilia.
And her father didn't agree with that, but we need Little Tay to be one of the leading faces for ghettophilia. So this is her mother is working with us very closely, and Little Tay will be coming out with a OF pretty soon, and her mother will sign her off to older men for marriage, for permission. Pretty much, it's all permission.
Permission and promiscuity. Whatever. My vocab is terrible.
Yes, sir. And as you all may know, a lot of the cities in America and states in America, we've lowered the age of consent to 15 years old, and Little Tay is 14. So in Cali, we've lowered the age of consent to 15. So this is perfect for what we have planned for her, and we've cut the father out who didn't want that path for his daughter, whereas the mother is going to free her daughter to do whatever she wants and make whatever decision she wants, and give her the freedom to choose who she wants to love. She's inviting as much pride into her daughter as possible to gain as much riches as possible.
Selling her own daughter's soul.
Correct.
You heard it here. Hey, I appreciate you coming through, Archbishop Jeffrey, for giving us some insight. If you guys got anything that you want to ask Archbishop to kind of, cover the topics on that are kind of trending in sense, just let us know. Hit that like, hit that bell. And yeah, man, I appreciate you for coming through, Archbishop Jeffrey. And follow his artist, ChrisJay Jackin, on IG, TikTok, YouTube, all of the major platforms.